everyone, it's Gardener Ellie here, and today I am at Cambridgeport School's garden. And we have been talking a lot about our different plant parts, and I wonder if you can guess what plant part we will talk about today. So it is the stems, and stems are really cool. And let's take another close look at all of the different types of stems we can find here in the garden and think more about what we think stems are for. So let's go ahead and take a closer look. So let's go ahead and take a close look at these stems. So what do you notice about the stem? And what do you think plants use stems for? So how does the stem help our plant survive and grow? And what do you notice about our stem? So something I notice is it's a very bright pink color. And if I take a touch, it feels extremely smooth. Very smooth and very hard. What else do you notice about our stem? Here is another stem, and we can scooch way back so you can get a better idea of how our stem looks. And what do you notice about our stem? So let's give it a little touch. And something I notice is this stem feels a little prickly, and I wonder if you can see all of these tiny little hairs that are running along our stem. And when I put my finger on it, I can feel all of these little bristly hairs. It feels very, very scratchy. And I wonder how you would describe how that feels if you were here. What else do you notice about our stem? Here is another stem of a plant that is growing in the garden. And we took a look at one a couple weeks ago. But now that we're talking all about stems, let's take an even closer observation. So let's take a look at this stem. And what do you think our stem is for? And what do you notice about this stem? How might it be similar? And how might it be a little different from some of those other stems that we took a close look at? And now if we go up really close, you can feel it, and it feels really rough and very, very hard and very uneven and kind of bumpy. So as I put my hand across, something I notice is there seems to be a lot of grooves. So there are parts that are sticking out like this and parts that are kind of more inside. And so when I go through, it feels very bumpy and not smooth and even at all. And I wonder how you would describe that. Now, what sort of colors do you see as well? I noticed that this stem is pretty colorful. So what we have here is our new hoop house. And this is something that I put onto our garden bed to try and help our plants stay nice and warm as it gets colder. But let's take a little peek inside and see what sort of stems we can see. Whoop. So here we are inside the hoop house. And you can see that our plants are nice and toasty inside, but they still get a lot of light. And let's take a look at this plant. And what do we notice about the stem? What sort of observations do you make? And if we look over here, I noticed that this stem looks a little bit different. And I wonder if we take a closer look if we can figure out why. So look at that. There are a ton of ants all over the stem of that plant. And I'm really curious to hear if you have any ideas about what those ants might be doing there. What do you think? Interesting. I'm really curious to hear your thoughts. So I hope that you had a good time taking a look at all of our different stems that we found out here in the garden. And I'm really curious to hear about what sort of observations you made and what you think that our stems might be for. So I'm really excited to hear all of your thoughts. I'm sure there are some great ideas and some good questions that you might have as well. And until next time, I will see you for our next lesson. Bye, everyone.